The spark caught fire in my heart, and I can see it lighting up the dark. And now it's burning brighter than ever. It's down deep in my soul. The fire burning out of control. It's love and I gotta let it show. It's changing my world for the better. So raise one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Oh, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. We're shining brighter than the sun. We're lighting up the world for everyone. I know we're never quitting, never done. We're only getting brighter and brighter. So raise one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Oh, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine.
This little light of mine, maybe it used to be little, but now it's a wildfire. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Can't shut it down, can't blow it out, can't hide it now. It's shining around the world and getting hotter now. So throw your light up, come on, raise it higher. We're gonna start a fire, it's only getting brighter. So burn bright in the night for the world to see. This little light is bringing change and it
So
starts with
raise
me.
one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Oh, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine.
Hey kids! Welcome back to another Audacity Kids online service. Today we're going to continue our story from 2 weeks ago where we learned about Jacob being a trickster. We're going to learn more about him in Genesis 29, so if you want to grab a journal or a notebook so you can write things down in them as they come up, and we're going to learn about this story and go through it together. Enjoy! Jacob and Rachel. Jacob traveled from Bethel toward his uncle Laban's land. He came to a well where shepherds were watering their sheep. The shepherds were from Haran. "Do you know a man named Laban?" Jacob asked. "Yes," they said. "Here comes his daughter Rachel with his sheep." Rachel brought the sheep to the well, and Jacob gave them water. Jacob told Rachel that he was her relative, a son of Rebekah. Rachel ran to tell her father Laban. Laban welcomed Jacob into his house. Jacob stayed with Laban and worked for him. After about a month, Laban said, "What would I pay you for your work?" Now Laban had 2 daughters. The older was named Leah, and the younger was Rachel. Jacob loved Rachel, so he said, "I will work for you for 7 years if you will let me marry Rachel." Laban agreed. Jacob worked for 7 years, but he loved Rachel so much that 7 years seemed like only a few days. Then Laban had a feast. But instead of giving Rachel to Jacob, Laban gave his older daughter Leah. Jacob was upset. "Why did you trick me?" he asked. Laban said, "Around here the older daughter must be married before the younger. I will give you Rachel too, but you must work another 7 years." So a week later, Jacob married Rachel. Then he worked for Laban 7 more years. Now Jacob had 2 wives, but he loved Rachel more than Leah. When God saw Leah was not loved, he gave her children. Rachel wanted children too. God heard her prayer, and in time, God gave her children too. In all, Jacob had 12 sons. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. God told Jacob to go home to the land of Canaan. So Jacob gathered his family and his possessions, and he headed home. So we see that Jacob, who was a trickster 2 weeks ago, got tricked himself this week, huh? Laban, his uncle, was definitely pulling a trick on him. All these things people are trying to do to make things happen, it's not the way God's wanting it to happen, but they're doing it that way anyways, and that's leading to a lot of hurt feelings and a lot of problems, really, that you're going to deal with later on down the road. Like Jacob and his brother Esau. At some point, they're going to have to patch that up. And now, Jacob's got 2 wives. However, God is able to redeem every situation. He took Leah, who Jacob didn't really want at first. He took one of her kids, Judah, and he became the lineage that led to God's plan of blessing the world through Jesus Christ and sending his son into this world. So, you guys can always remember that God keeps his promises. He's faithful to us. So when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. We don't have to try to force the issue and be a trickster and try to do some shenanigans to make something work. God's got the plan in his hands. See you guys next week.